This is Elwood, a strange and beautiful pocket of Melbourne, frozen in the 1930s, with rows of pre-war apartments giving this suburb a cinematic hush. It's intersected by the Elwood Canal, a straightened channel of Elster Creek, built in the early 20th century to drain swampy land and reduce flooding. Today, it's a narrow reflective ribbon that flows into Port Phillip Bay. Plane trees arch over Broadway like a living tunnel. There are green pockets that punctuate the streets, palm and lush greenery that add a tropical note to this Art Deco neighbourhood. Spanish Mission and Mediterranean styles mingle with Deco lines, a reminder of the 1930s taste for glamour and of city life between the two world wars. A lone palm in a pocket park, a tiny oasis to reflect and become nostalgic of this strange and eccentric suburb. And this is the iconic Windermere Apartments, streamlined curves and nautical banding. I also walked past a Spanish Mission residence called Turnell. This style is common in Elwood. And this is Braemar, built just before the end of the Second World War, around 1940. It is with sadness that I have watched this next building decline very badly over the last 10 years. The Mont Rose at Broadway in Elwood is a valued 1926 Mediterranean-style building with a rich local history. Praised for its 1930s appearance, it was originally built as a house in 1926 and, according to the City of Port Phillip Heritage Review, converted into flats in 1934. Today, however, the building is in a serious state of decay. Visible structural cracks and neglect have possibly made it uninhabitable. Having been listed for sale as a potential development site, de Mont Rose now faces the real threat of demolition by neglect. As I walk past these old buildings, I can't help thinking of the Mediterranean Art Deco apartment I owned in the next suburb for 23 years. High ceilings, sun-drenched rooms, details of another time, but living in a place like that was also a heavy task. Years of repair, chasing tradespeople, and watching small problems grow into large. Costly issues drained me. Even harder was the constant friction in the owner's corporation. Endless meetings, petty arguments about paint colours and maintenance budgets, and the slow hassle of getting everyone on the same page about what the building needed. I love the apartment, but the stress of keeping it up and fighting for proper maintenance turned pride into exhaustion. Now, as I pass these facades, I feel both nostalgia and a deep fatigue about everything involved in preserving them. As I walk on, the stroll leads me to the striking 1939 modern-style Art Deco building, Poets' Corner. The name signifies that poets once lived nearby, architecture and memory entwined, reminding me that this neighbourhood, despite wear, still holds stories worth saving. This is Rain Man, a solar-powered fountain sculpture by Corey Thomas and Ken Arnold. On sunny days, the umbrella above his head activates and water falls down. It's part of the jewel in this neighbourhood, which is the St Kilda Botanical Gardens, a quiet green space between the beach and the streets of Elwood and St Kilda. Mature English elms and several large oaks give the gardens shade and structure. Their trunks and broad crowns form spaces of dappled light. The St Kilda Botanical Gardens are a compact, well-kept green space that feels like a neighbourhood park and a small botanic garden all in one. There are also more formal specimen trees scattered across the site, ornamental pears, a few plane trees, and smaller decorative species that accent the paths and lawns. These trees provide seasonal interest, fresh green in spring, full leaf in summer, and clear structure in winter. There are also Mediterranean species that cope well with coastal conditions, and shaded park benches for readers and daydreamers like myself. A distinctive feature is the hedged-off area, a designed space with clipped hedges that frame a small sheltered garden room. The hedge also acts as a windbreak and gives a sense of privacy, so the space feels like a quiet corner apart from the wider park. Two distinctive sculpted pillars flank the path to the children's playground, crowned with stylised native leaves and a small lorikeet. Walking from the gardens into the surrounding streets, you'll see the streamlined apartment blocks, curved balconies, and decorative details that define the look of the neighbourhood. I walk between two eras, pre-war facades with curved balconies and cracked stucco, and the clean concrete blocks of the post-war period. The light feels slightly off, shadows gather in porches and stairwells. Rothmere, built in 1891 for Joseph Syme, the proprietor of the Age newspaper, later called Sherwood Hall, now divided into flats. Elwood's Art Deco precinct took shape in the late 1920s to 30s when seaside living met modern design. You've seen purpose-built flats and apartment blocks with strong geometric forms, stepped parapets, rounded corners, streamlined balconies, patterned brickwork, and stylised motifs. These buildings were designed for light, air, and modest coastal living, giving the streets a consistent scale and rhythm. And if you've made it this far, thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed the tour, like and subscribe, and I will be doing more videos like this in the future.